Hi everyone, I'm Nick from Acting Coach Scotland, and today I wanted to do a short video to talk about something which we don't often talk about. That's why you probably didn't get into drama school, or why you might have failed your drama school audition. It's important to think about failure because it's our best teacher, so we need to break down reasons or components why you might not have achieved your desired goal on that given day. So I'm going to talk about some of the main issues that I think prevent people getting into drama school first time round. Firstly, you've got to be honest and say, well, what are the statistics like? Okay, so the last time I checked and did some research, statistically, you've got a less than 1% chance of getting accepted, which sounds awful, and it is awful. But it's an incredibly competitive industry, so you've got to get used to that anyway. And it's a competitive issue to get into a top drama school. So you've got to be ready for that, and you've got to know that going into it. There's many things you can do to drastically increase your probability of being accepted, some of which I'll talk about in this video, although that's not the main purpose of it. So other reasons why you might not get in: a lot of people get rejected, I suspect, on the grounds that they're too young. Now, obviously I'm generalizing, and obviously I don't speak to every audition panel member or all the top drama schools, but this is the feedback that I get, and I think the reason for that is that if they're going to work with you for 3 years, say, that's typically the length of the course that you might be applying for. If you're 17, 18, they might think, I'm not sure if that individual has got quite enough life experience to draw on yet, and maybe now is not the right time for them to train with us. So come next year. A very, very close friend of mine actually tried 7 years in succession. She didn't give up. She's incredibly resilient and got in. So age is a big factor. If you're young, it's not impossible. I've coached 18, 19-year-olds that have been accepted into a top drama school. It can be done. You have to be really good across the board, but it is a factor that's going to go against you. So the other issue might be that you're too inexperienced in terms of acting. So if you've really got no idea what you're doing, you've never belonged to a drama club, you've never been in a youth theatre, you've never done amateur dramatics, you've never done any kind of storytelling, it's just going to show if all you do is turn up and have a go. Nothing wrong with turning up and having a go, that's brave. But experience can count in an audition situation for drama school. Of course, you're there to learn, but there's a certain amount of level of understanding you're expected to have about the craft that you're going to study and to step into. One of the other reasons that you might not have got in, and it's a difficult one to be honest about, but maybe, and to put it politely, you didn't show your best self. One of the reasons when we audition for our 1-year intensive professional diploma, actually all our 3 courses at ACS, the foundation course, the 2-year H&D, and the professional diploma intensive, we actually spend at least an hour as part of the interview and audition process, because for us, getting to know you and understanding your personality and the way your mind works and what your mindset is the indicator of whether you're going to succeed on the course or not, even more so than the actual monologue performance itself. However, a lot of the big drama schools with thousands and thousands and thousands of applicants simply don't have the time to get to know you, so they have to go on first impressions. If within 10-15 seconds of you walking into the room they don't get a good vibe from you, perhaps you're shy, perhaps you're too nervous, perhaps you don't look like you're happy to be there. If they don't get a sense that you've got a positive personality or a warm personality, then that's going to be a barrier for them to imagine training you for 3 years. So you didn't show your best self, maybe. So that could be all sorts of reasons for that. It could be nerves, for example, and there's ways you can control that. We talk about that a lot in our sessions. Things that are in your control that you can deal with, and nerves being one of them. Another reason why you might not get your drama school audition nailed is because you chose really the wrong material. It doesn't suit you. You might have chosen something that is way out of the range of credibility. And I've heard the excuse many a time, well, I just wanted to stretch myself or do something a little bit risky. Well, why? The audition panel are not looking for that. They know you're untrained. They know you need stretching in training. But what they're looking for is a sort of watermark as to where you are, a tide mark to get an idea of where your starting point is. And if you've come in and try and do a mimic impersonation of Batman or Joker or something like that, it's not going to really impress them very much. You've got to pick material that suits you, that is within your emotional or physical or preferably even age range if you can, because that makes it easier for them to imagine you playing that part. Why would you make it more harder for them to imagine or to make you credible in that role? So bad choice of material that doesn't contrast, material that's full of swearing, material that's just not good. So that's another reason. And the final reason, which is perhaps the meanest thing to say, but again, we've got to be honest about this. Maybe you're not good enough. Maybe you lack the skills to impress them. Okay, so that's when you need to get some help. You can get help from people that you know that might have had a bit of experience from drama societies or clubs, or you can get coaching from somebody like us. So having specialist drama school audition coaching drastically improves your chances of success in that audition, because you will have a coach, you'll have a system. Hopefully, if your coach is any good, you'll have a system to work to that you can apply to all monologues. You'll have an understanding of how it all works. You'll have some direction. You'll have confidence, and confidence is the most important thing of all, I think. So maybe you didn't get in because you're just not good enough yet, but maybe you could be good enough if you had the right training or the right coaching before you get there. So look in your local area or online, even go and find where you can get some help for your audition coaching. The other thing to consider is, do you really think, if you're young perhaps and you've got no experience and you've not had any help, is a 3-year acting course right for you right now? Why wouldn't you, for example, look at a foundation course? That's why we created a foundation course, so that we could help people who wanted to springboard from that into drama school. Maybe that's the best option to start with, is you go and learn the basics and the introduction to the craft before you go on dive into a 3-year degree acting course. So I hope some of those reasons reassure you rather than scare you away. It's better to know what you're up against, and then you can do something about it. So if you're interested in finding out any more information, or you would like some one-to-one drama school audition coaching with any of our coaches at Acting Coach Scotland, either online or in person at our studio in Glasgow, then please do get in touch. And also please hit the subscribe button if you think this has been helpful. All right, thank you very much.